Thanks for joining us at XM.com. You're watching today's market comment by Mario Sotiriagos. I'm Christina Marujas. Currency traders are dusting off their FX intervention playbooks after the Japanese yen briefly fell to its lowest level since 1990 against the dollar, drawing fierce warnings from officials in Tokyo that they could step in to defend the currency. Dollar-yen is currently flirting with the 152 region, which is where Japanese authorities intervened back in 2022. In response, Finance Minister Suzuki escalated his threats, pledging to take decisive steps in response to disorderly moves in the FX space. The language so far, however, falls short of signaling imminent intervention, something corroborated by the calm in the options market. If dollar-yen manages to slice above the 152 threshold and Japan does not step in, there isn't much to stop a rally towards the 155 area, according to the charts. Another underperformer in the FX arena has been the Swiss franc. The currency has already fallen 7% against the US dollar this year, with the losses accelerating last week after the Swiss National Bank surprised investors with a rate cut. Another problem for the franc is the SNB strategy on FX intervention. Last year, the central bank was buying francs on the open market to boost the currency and dampen imported inflation. But with inflation now running low, there's no incentive to do that anymore. In fact, the SNB could go back to selling francs soon, keeping the currency on the ropes. Meanwhile, the US dollar mounted a comeback yesterday, erasing some early losses to close the session nearly unchanged, with some help from decent economic data and a strong treasury auction. In precious metals, gold prices continue to trade sideways near their all-time peaks. The impressive part is that gold has gone on a tear this year, even with treasury yields and the dollar moving higher, which are usually negative developments for the zero-yielding metal that is priced in dollars. Gold is essentially flying against the wind, with sovereign purchases from central banks probably doing the heavy lifting. Finally, U.S. stock markets encountered some late selling yesterday, closing with minor losses. The main underperformer was Nvidia, although its losses most likely reflected some profit-taking instead of any fundamental change in the landscape. This was today's market comment. Thank you for watching at XM.com.